What's up, guys? Welcome back to another action-packed episode here on AC Designs Garage, and this week is something a little different that we hadn't done before. And if you watched the video last week where we painted the Maui blue, not Malibu blue, I don't know where I came up with that. Maybe I'll make that color. Anyway, this is Rust-Oleum Maui blue, and we had some wrinkling where we cut through the previous paint jobs. So today I'm gonna show you how to fix them. Hopefully, we may do some experimenting. I don't know. So let's get it spun around so you can see it. So here she is, guys, the old Maui blue. Yeah, I like this color. It's a little off of grabber blue, but it does have a good sheen. But what we're going to be fixing today, because if you look at it, it looks pretty decent. But I don't know if you there we go. We'll get in it. If you look right in here, I'd cut through in this area right in here. Now, the color you're seeing here, guys, and the color I'm seeing is two different colors. This is the camera, the GoPro showing it a little more blue than it actually is. It's a little lighter than what is showing up on here, just so you know if you're interested in this color. Maybe get you one can if you want to try her out just to see. But it's got wrinkles down all the way down through here. I'm gonna see if I can get them. See them in there? It's got the wrinkles in it. My suspicions on why it wrinkled is where I'd cut through, because you know you got several layers, and if you know, it's kind of like an onion. It's got layers, stack, 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 stack. Especially on this one's got lots of stacks. But I think where I'd cut through, and when you cut through your outside layer before it goes down into the stacks, it's going to be thinner. It's going to taper at the point like that, and it's going to be nothing but old paint in the middle. And when I put that paint on top, I think I hammered it on there, hogged on there a little too hard, and the solvents caused it to roll up, and that's what caused it to crack. I don't know, guys. It's this Rust-Oleum stuff can be challenging sometimes, so that's why I wanted to show you fixing this thing. So I'm gonna tell you, go through how we're gonna fix it, and we're gonna see if it fixes it, because I don't know. So make sure you stay to the end, and we'll see if it fixes it. Because we're gonna go ahead and finish out what we'd started and 2K clear this door. But first we got to fix our stuff. So here's the products I'm gonna use. We're gonna try it. This is like a 1K, which is a one part. This is the Rust-Oleum automotive primer. I like this stuff. It's not a 2K. It don't have a catalyst in it. It just dries. It don't harden, if that makes sense. So we're going to use this. I'm going to go over. We're going to wet sand the whole door again with 600. And we're just going to be careful on these edges here. Real sharp edges, and like right here. We're just basically going to try to feather out these, just flatten down these the best we can. We're not going to try to totally remove them. We're just going to flatten them down, and then we're going to use that primer there to basically fill in any cracks that are there. So we're going to roll the door outside. I'm also going to be using, like we always do, we'll link everything in the little description below. It's either on this side or that side. You'll see a little thing that says more down here below the video. You can click on it and it drops the thing down. They'll have all the links, but these will be Amazon affiliate links. I make a wee little amount of money off of qualified purchases at no additional cost to you guys. But like I said, we'll link all this stuff below like always, and if y'all want to go scoop it up, you can. But we're going to take our 600 here, P600, and that's just straight up water. That's what we're going to use. I think I'm out of Dawn, or I would use Dawn. I like to mix Dawn in with it. Kind of gives it a little lubricity here. And I like to put my blocks in there too. Let's go look around. I had some Dawn somewhere. We may be out. Aha! Pa must have brought down some Dawn. Thank you, Pa, for bringing that Dawn down, because I need it. You're better off to use something like this, because this cleans it and it helps it glide a lot better. So you don't want to put this in first, then put your water, because then you have a sudsy mess. So I just go in there. You just want to make it kind of greasy like. Put this back in here. Lord, that other bottle of Dawn we've been using over here. When's the last time y'all seen one of these? Save the duckies. I don't think they've had these in probably 20 years. They got different ducks on them. Anyway, vintage bottle, we'll just have to keep it. Also, look at that gloriousness hanging over here on the rack. There's about 10 other lucky people going to be getting some Shake Master 4000s if you want one of them. Or one of these, that looks better than this one. Make sure you head on to www.acdesignsgarage.com. That's the only place you can pick up any of that stuff. Back to the live action. All right, guys, we're gonna try to get you as close as we can to it. I don't know how good y'all be able to see it. So I'm just gonna wrap my soft block, the old motor guard block, into 600, and we're gonna try to just basically cut it down flat as we can. We don't want to try to cut through no more than we have to, and then we'll go over and we'll just run the whole thing after we get these problem areas. So you're gonna wet your sand block and you're just gonna work it just a little bit. Keep it flat. Like I said, we're not trying to dig in it too much, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that little bit of primer to fill in them crevasses there. All right. Now we got some patina here. And I'll tell you right there, I can't feel that. You can see it, but I can't feel it. I don't even know if we need to prime it, but I'm going to prime it. You may be able to get by if you want to experiment. I just don't feel like having to wipe stuff off, but you may be able to get by if you experiment with just putting the paint back on it. So we're gonna get up in here where there's a little more in there. But another thing, what this is gonna do is this is gonna flatten all this old base out here. Basically, we're not trying to, that's probably pretty good. Don't know how good you guys can see those areas. Get you around here and look. Now you can see them maybe. You can see it, you can't feel any of this. So it kind of like filled it in. I tell you guys, we could almost, I think we could blow some color on it. Do we experiment with that and just blow color on it and see what it does? I don't know. What do y'all think? Yeah, guys, you know how we like this stuff slicker and it's not. My mom loves when I say that. So I think we're gonna make a t-shirt just for her. What do y'all think? A slicker and snot t-shirt? Any of y'all interested in that? Drop it in the comments below. All right. See the slurry. Now if we had clear on this and you started seeing that, you'd be in trouble because you done cut through the clear. So we're gonna check this out and give her a feel here. Yeah, see, that's disappeared. Man, I think I want to risk it for the biscuit. I don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll think about it while we're sitting here blocking it. And if you see how I'm doing them, we're gonna cross. We never, unless we just in a tight area or something, we never just go straight back and forth. We always do a big angle where it's covering more area. Yeah, that thing gonna be slick. If we can get it to do okay like this, we put that 2K clear on it, that stuff's gonna be nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and block the whole door real quick with the 600. Like I said, we'll think about it while we're doing this. And we're gonna, like I said before, we're gonna be careful around those sharp edges anywhere. This area is here, you're really not gonna run into nothing unless it's wrinkled. You'll see the wrinkles pop up, like right in here. You guys can't see it, but there's wrinkles there. So we're gonna go ahead and 600 the whole door, because I can feel a little trash from where we painted it last time and the wind was blowing. Got a little bit in it. Rinse your paper out, because this old, now this stuff I sprayed this on, I think it was Wednesday of last week, and today's Wednesday, so it's been 7 days since we've painted this. So it's had that long. There's no clear on it. This is just straight up Rust-Oleum Maui blue. But this is taking all the orange peel out of it. So like I said, when we go to shoot that clear on it, she's gonna be nice. Get all this off. Just wipe your door off every now and then, and Make her nice and clean. I tell you guys, I've been painting a lot of this stuff, and I don't know if they've redone the formula on this or not, but I ain't had near the trouble that I did years ago using Rust-Oleum. This is the first wrinkle I've had in 2 years of doing this. Thanks 2 years, close to 2 years of doing these spray outs with the Rust-Oleum. You can hear the orange peel in that. When it stops cutting and looking like this, you just flip over to the other side. And we're just trying to get a good tooth on this to where it'll stick and last a good long time for you. Like I said, we're not on this body line down here. I'm just rolling up to it. But right now, if you cut through, like I said, we're trying not to, but we can fix it at this point. But we don't want to cause any more trouble, so best thing to do is just try not to cut through it. Anywhere else that you don't have to. All right, well, I turned around because the sun out here is messing up my shots on here. Y'all guys couldn't see it, was darkening it up too much, but you can see where it's dried. And it's starting to get that nice chalky look to it. You can see there in the little beep 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 beep, there's still a little bit to go. That's what orange peel looks like. If you ever see it, it's like shiny and flat spots. So I'm gonna run over. It looks like right in here is still a little bit, and then a little bit down there, and I think this upper part's pretty good. Let's see, I'm gonna start at the bottom so I can see where all my bad spots are. Right down here, still a little peely. I think just to be safe, guys, everywhere that thing's wrinkled, I think we're gonna use the old Primor just to be safe. And we won't have to put it near as much because it'll cover that primer better. We're not going real thick, so it won't take long for it to dry. So we're gonna just blitz a little bit of that primer on there. You can see there's some wrinklies there, and we're just gonna blow a little bit there, and how's that feel? Yep, disappeared. Good to go. So it basically just need to seal it up a little bit with the primer. That primer works good. I've actually, I used to custom paint racing helmets and stuff years ago. I used to use it and base coat clear over it. It never did wrinkle, and I'm not saying that it won't, because like I said, some of this Rust-Oleum stuff or any of this enamel-based, lacquer-based stuff, you just got to experiment with it, guys, if you want to use it. We get up around these sharp edges, I'm probably gonna take it off this block. Now on right here, I'm gonna take this block and I'm gonna roll it up, and we're just gonna kind of do that number, staying off of this. If you need to run your piece of tape over that edge, do it. It's just another sense of security there. I put 3 coats on it, so it should be good and thick. But like I said, if you're concerned about it, tape it, because it's a whole lot easier to just peel the tape off and go about your day than it is to have to redo stuff because you cut through. There's another wrinkle down here I know of. It's right along that body line right there. So I'm just barely just rubbing it off like that just to flatten it. That feels pretty near good. Alright, now we're going to blow her off, then I'm going to come back and dry her off with some of these Scott Shop towels. These will be linked below. We use these things by the ton. And of course we'll come back with some good old spray away glass cleaner and clean her off before we start painting. I was wanting to double check, make sure we got everything sanded real good. Let's say these single stage colors like this don't have clear over them, that make a mess. I'll probably roll it out in the sunshine while I'm going to lunch, and that way she'll dry good, all in the crevasses, that way it don't blow out none in the paint job. But basically that's how you want it to look. You just wanted a good even matte black, no sparkly sunshiny spots everywhere. You wanted just an all nice even matte finish. And that way you know you got her good and scratched up. Alright guys, I didn't get to run to the store, so I've got a couple half empty, half full, whatever you want to call it. Whichever how you look at stuff. But right now you're in a dilemma. Do we shake this for 5 to 10 minutes? Basically wear our arm out before we get out there to actually do the job? Or do we shake it 3,000 times in a minute and actually have fun? Make your life a whole lot easier. If you want to know how to make your life a whole lot easier, I'm about to show you. Scoop you up one of these rad Shakemaster 4000s. Built by me, painted by me, shipped by me, and used by me on a daily basis. Paint shakers. So, just take this little thing. There's no plastic parts on here for this thing to break. It's all steel, all speed hold, hot rod looking stainless steel clamp. And another thing that makes it easy, instead of dragging out a big old huge sawzall, which you can use, I've used for years, but I saw my buddy Kevin Tate use this on Paint Education. He's got one of these little one-handed sawzalls, and this thing makes life so much easier. It's super light, and it just works. One-handed operation. I mean, you can shake this stuff and not even realize you shook it. I mean, it's like a child's toy, but it'll last for generations. So this is nicely shookened up. It's been in there for about a year, and this stuff should be good and creamy and ready to spray. So, like I said before, if you want one of these gorgeous hot rod styled units, you can only get it at www.acsignsgarage.com. Let's get to priming. But first, we need to take the good old standby spray away glass cleaner. This is kind of like a post cleaner, guys. If you think it's got grease on it, it's better to go over it with some wax and grease or some isopropyl alcohol. Figured I'm getting ready to start painting. The wind starts blowing. But anyway, we're going to soak it down with this right here. I got 2 rags, 2 of these Scott Shop towels. We're going to wipe on, wipe off. Just basically a pre-clean kind of thing. We don't want to load her up. We're just going to run around it. Let's make sure there ain't no sludge on it. I'm going to do about half the door, come back, wipe the top, then do the other half. In case we do have sludge or anything like that from the paint left on it. Let's go down to the body line. All right, got the old automotive primer. So we're gonna go around here. Now you see up in here where it's got them dark little checkies, that's gonna need to be primed. So we're gonna come up in here, spray off to the side, make sure everything's spraying good. I'm back about, say 8 inches or so. We're just, like I said, we're just dusting on. That's probably all we're gonna need, guys. We'll come back, check, make sure that's not wrinkling. So we're gonna go around. I'm probably up here. We're just looking for dark areas to kind of like seal it, basically is what I'm doing. I know we gotta have some down here. A little bit right there. A little bit right there. And that body liner before I cut through. We just basically put, see how it's, now if you just do it dry, it looks like that, don't do that. You want just a little wet where it's got just a little shine to it. We're gonna carry that whole stripe there. Try not to put it on too heavy. Spot there and there. Yeah, we probably gonna have to do this whole door time I get done priming all these spots. Spots there. Alright, we'll pull her out in the sunshine and check, see if we got any more. There's some right there. I'm going to prime this whole daggone door. I made a mess out of this thing, guys. We'll come back and hit them spots again, but you notice how big I went around the areas. I went bigger than it was. You want to make sure you got the area covered then just a little bit, because some of this is going to sand off when we come back to sand it. But we're gonna let this tack for a few minutes. Let's get her out in the sunshine. Come on, door. Yeah. Let's see. We'll get the sun shining right on it. Out here in the North Carolina booth. Let her go into bake cycle here. Look at that. We done turned it into a patina truck. All right. Let that tack and let the wind go. Basically, I'm just going to go back over the spots that we're at because it looks like it's not wrinkling up, which is a good thing. So I'm glad we sealed this up. I'm going to go back and blend one of these areas after we sand it just to show you, but we're going to have to cover the whole door because we'll have overspray. I had so many spots where I messed up. But yeah, say spots all down here. So you're going to want to cover the whole door if you have this much repair work. Now if you just have like a little spot down here like this area, you'd come back and I'd come back about 8 or so inches out and just kind of blend it out. But we'll do a blend on one of these to show you how to do it once we get ready to paint it. Then we'll coat the whole door. How about that? You get you a two for one. All right, it's time for round 2. I'm gonna, like I said, no bigger than it was. I'm just giving it enough for us to put a little sand on it here in a minute. See how we're keeping the spray wet, keep that edge of it wet. That wind is really messing with me. These areas here, especially this one here, this stuff builds pretty good and dries fairly quick. You just want to make sure she's good and dry. Anywhere there's edges like this, put you a little extra. That way you got a little extra security. That stuff how it blows everywhere. We'll go up here and grab. I buy this stuff by the 3-pack, although this stuff's getting expensive. This is what we're going to use. The 2K Glamour Clear Spray Max. This is the one that's got the little button on the top that you take out and put on the bottom. Down there, you crush that down in there and it puts the catalyst in it, and it makes it I mean, it's a professional use only. That's what we are, ain't we, guys? 2-part paint. This is the bad stuff. Contains isocyanates. That's why you wear your respirator. That's just bad. If you guys would like to see what it looks like on the inside of one, we got planned scientifical one day and cut one open. I'll drop the link in the description below where all the links to everything at. So if you want to go check that out after this video, I'd appreciate it. All right, guys, it's been about 30 minutes or so, and I was looking on the can that said if you're going to top coat it, you need to do it within an hour, and trust me, follow their directions, because if you don't, you'll have some issues. But it says within an hour. Anything after an hour, you need to wait 48 hours. So we're going to come in here and we're going to lightly 600 it. It's good and dry. I will say, if you're going to do just a little spot, guys, I should have told you this before, I would have taped and left this hole open right here and taped everything up, because it blows overspray on everything. And don't prime all the way up to the tape. I would tape it up to here and just prime to here. That way you don't have any hard lines. But if you need to cover the whole door, but we're gonna spray the whole door anyway, so we didn't need to do it. Like I said, if we'd had one spot, we would have done it that way. Just want to give y'all different options, because y'all gonna have different issues in different areas and all that stuff that I have on this one. I just had the whole door the issue. Let's see how I'm gonna see how actual dry this stuff is. Let me wrap my block up. We'll go down here and do a test spot real quick. Let's see how she's sanding. Oh, that's good. That's coming right off. So we'll go ahead and do this. You could probably use a red Scotch-Brite. You guys can't see with my big head in the shadows. And basically we're just going over this thing, just keep it super saturated. And we're getting all this overspray, because there's overspray, you can feel it all over it. And we just don't want that dry spray stuff on here, because if you leave that stuff on, it'll look like it, and it'll be not slicker and snot, and slicker and snot's what we want. And we're just lightly sanding it. We're gonna wash over the whole door. Let me put the water over the whole thing. Stuff dries pretty fast if you don't hog it on too bad. You can see it still clogs up the paper. I mean, it is a 1K clear, and 1K means 1 part. Don't have a catalyst. Now they make, Eastwood has a 2K urethane primer and an epoxy primer. We're gonna get some of that tried out for you guys, see how it does. For you guys that don't have air compressors and stuff, or you got just a little area like this to touch up, and you ain't, and we'll be able to rub over this with our hands and tell if it's still dry sprayed or oversprayed or whatever. It's looking pretty good though. It feels good anyhow. Like I said, at this point here, guys, be easy. We don't want to cut through. If you cut through, you got to prime it again. Like I said, we're just washing over the whole door to ensure everything's, all the dry spray is gone. And the primer's got a little scratch to it. And this thing's gonna look nice. All right, like I said, be careful around here because we don't want to have to come back to re-prime. We're just lightly scuffing. Happy little sand scratches. And what you'll do now is we'll just rinse it off real quick. And just feel around. It grabs your hand kind of like a sandpaper would. Like right in here, I can feel a little texture or like a little grit to it. Go in there and sand it out till it don't feel that way. Oh, that feels pretty good. All right, we're gonna wash her off and dry her real quick and go with the old Maui blue. Yes. Do need to get right in here. I forgot that area right there. Yep, that's good. All right, give me a dry rag. Dry her off. More of this soap dries on here. All right, now we're gonna dry her off. All right, one last thing before we get to spraying. Same old, same old. Just make sure we're getting any soap scunge off of it. Like to get it out of the sunshine. I just wanted y'all to be able to see it. It's drying pretty quick. It's not really hot, but it's still drying too quick out here in the sun. You don't want no slime developing on it. Now I'm gonna take my clean one, run over it. Make sure ain't no water around this edge, because I'm having to rush for the time limit that I've got here. Make sure there ain't none around the edges. They'll blow back in your paint. That's why I'm gonna let it sit out here till I get done shaking the color and all that stuff. All right, let's go in here and shake some blue. Maui blue. I'm gonna say Malibu blue before this video's over. Anyhow, I broke out a brand new can. I got a can that's got about maybe a quarter of a can left, but when you start getting lower on the can, your pressure starts getting lower. So we want this to atomize good. We want it to bust them little droplets as it's spraying out as small as possible. That way it lays down good and flat. So I'm gonna break out the brand new can. I'm gonna sacrifice this can for you guys. But yeah, she's about ready. I'm letting her bake out there. We'll probably pull her. I think I'm gonna pull her into shade. I hope I can get some good video, but that way that it'll have time to flow out and not just dry instantly because it's out in the sun. So got her snug down. Feel like old John Rambo. I'd say that's shook. Got her all jiggled up now. Couple thousand rounds there and good to go. I like these 501 cans, guys. The more I use them, the more I like them. I usually use number 4 because it's like the regular spray pattern like this. If you've got something that you're spraying up and down, go to number 5 because it takes the pattern from here to here. But the trick to these things is, how do I keep losing rags? Anyway, carry one of them Scotch shop towels in there with you while you're painting, and just wipe that off up in there, because it gets hung on this little lip right here, and it'll drip down and spit on you if you don't watch it. And when you spray, don't start spraying right over the panel, because if there's anything hung up in here, it'll drip and spit on it. So I start on the outside, come across the panel, let off. I go probably 5 inches past the panel, start again, then go, because if there's anything built up, it'll spit it out there and not on your panel. Don't ask me how I know this. So I'm gonna grab me a rag real quick, and we're gonna move the door and start doing the blue. Also, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put my respirator on. I'll just pull it down when I need to talk to you guys, but hey, I'm outside and the breeze is blowing, but still take care of your lungs. You only get them 1 pair up, and if you ain't got them, you ain't good for much. So, all right, let's get out there. All right, let me get my thing on number 4. I'm gonna go out here, probably leave it in the sun. I got thinking about it. Since I'm putting 2 layers on it, I want it to dry fast. I'm running out of time. And we're just gonna leave it out here. We'll see how it does. We're not going for a shine. We made the clear. I think I'm gonna pull in the shade, but I think I'm gonna leave the color outside. So basically right now what we're gonna do is, I see some water drops on the bottom of that. I'm gonna go over the primered areas and just kind of get them covered, and then we'll just do 1 wash coat over it, just in case there's some stray primer droppy somewhere. So let's go over and wipe this off. Right down here I saw some water droppies. You don't want them blowing up into nothing. So now we got our thingy on 4. We're gonna check the spray. That junk's blowing. That's all I don't like about this stuff when the wind's blowing. Oh man, that covers nicely. Look at that. See, it just hangs in there and sticks to the old bed over there. All right. Now, if you was gonna, I've got so much junk here. Let's do this area here. So if we was gonna do this area here, we would just kind of roll out like that. And if that was the only area, you can still see through it a little bit. We'd let that tack, we'd come back and go out just a hair more. Then we'd clear the whole door. That's how you do like a touch up. But see how we was talking about that stuff getting up in there? I just carry me a rag and just daub it out like that. Ain't got so many hands. You just kind of get that out of there, and these things will work great for you. So let me get the rest of these areas just covered nicely. See how good that 5 ways do? Go over here and I just put it on, leave it in my pocket and dab it. See how it spit over where I let off? Some of these cans are worse than others, so we're just gonna keep her trucking. We'll come over here, let off. It keeps you from getting that spitting mess. See, it spitted up there. So we're just gonna turn the can a little sideways like it's come off of it. It's usually on the end where you let off. All right. Most of it's blowing off. We'll get these areas 90% covered. That way we only gotta do, see that stuff right there? Just flick it off like that. That's almost covered. We'll come back with 1 coat. Cover it up and make sure I got my edges really good. we'll let that tack. So basically, as for the tacking, what we're gonna want it to do is we're gonna go out there where it rolls over the door, not on another good part, but on the back side. You can touch it with your finger. As long as it don't come off on your finger, it still feels like the backside piece of tape is barely tacky. It's ready for next coat, usually 10-15 minutes. But now I'm gonna clean out this tip really good. Like I said, some of them, if you don't get it clicked in between, sometimes if you got it partially clicked, it'll cause them to do this spit and sputter. But besides that, guys, I like this. A lot of people don't like them, but I like them. And these cans, if you can get one of these cans here, these lids will work on the old style. Like these cans right here, it'll work on these. Then you can have your good fan pattern. So I take them, and if you got a couple extra, you can take them and you just knock them off. Just knock them real hard like that, they'll pop off. They're pretty tough. And then you just snap them on the other ones. These are hard to come off. So we'll let that dry a minute. We're gonna second coat it and shake up our clear, and we'll be done. All right, let's go check on our door here, see if she's ready for number 2 coat. Should be last coat, but yeah, she's good and sticky. Just a little sticky. Ain't coming off on our hands. And let's get this thing painted. We're back on to number 4. We're gonna slow down a little bit, about 5 inches. Stupid bug. Now, how you get a bug out of here? You take and wet your finger? Yeah, well, get out of here. These things are everywhere now. Well, I got him buried pretty good. Like I said, if you wet your finger, look at that. You can just rub it right out. All right, now to put paint on her. I said, watch how I stop out here, come back. We're about 5 inches or so off of it. Usually when you let off, it'll start building up. Some cans, like I said, some cans will do this, some cans don't. Like the last can I did didn't do this. You can start seeing it. Maybe we'll stop after ever. Now we need to get down here and look and see where our line is. Yeah, starting to spit now. Good gravy, this in here ain't no good. But we're gonna keep trucking. We'll do us 2 passes and then clean it, because it's gonna leave dribbles. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. Pass, pass, pass. Clean. I think these nozzles don't click good. This one don't have a good clicker. Try to hurry up. Yeah, we just have to keep cleaning this, guys. Like I said, some you get a bad can in every now and then, but normally they're pretty good. But as long as you know how to work with them. Sling them off like that. Clean it off. And we'll take a gander at her, because we just want coverage. We don't care if it's shiny. It does look pretty good, but we just want coverage. We don't want no gray on it left over. Want it covered good. Tell you guys, that looks pretty good to me. We're gonna let that tack, and we're gonna clean this tip off. Like I said, look, see, you can get through it, guys. Don't get discouraged. I go through this junk. That's what makes you a good painter, guys, is figuring out how to overcome stuff. Because if you're gonna get into painting, you're gonna run into some junk. I'm gonna tell you. I've been a welder for 25 years, fabricator and stuff, and painted that long. Fabrication, you run into some stuff. Paint, you run into stuff you can't control. You just got to learn how to deal with it. So don't get mad, get glad. Be more like Bob Ross. He was always happy. All right, I'm gonna show y'all how to mix up the old 2K Glamour Clear. All right, guys, the good old 2K Clear. This is good stuff here. It cuts and buffs like a mug. I mean, great. You can cut and buff it next day, and I haven't had any trouble even cutting and buffing it later. So, take this top off, little red thing right there. It's got a little place for that thing to go. You got the little piece there. It just sets on it like that. And you just come over here, set her on the table, and take all your weight, just go kabam. That's all it takes. And it has released the catalyst in there. So now, well, you know what's up. Y'all been here long enough. I ain't even gonna tell you what this is because y'all done seen it. But we're gonna do a little shaky shake, make sure that catalyst is all integrated in that clear. And we're gonna do this a little more gradual. We're gonna want this one to, you ain't want to just pound on it. We're just gonna do a little gradual so it slowly mixes everything in there nicely. So here we go. All right, that was about a minute, but this thing shook it about 3,000 times, so I'm gonna say that's probably pretty good. They say like 5-10 minutes to shake it, but we're gonna shorten your time of work, guys. That's what the good thing about the Shake Master 4000 is. It just gives you your time back. Cool thing about these is, like I said, I've cut them open. I put the link description in below. These things have 2 stainless steel ball bearings in them. So after I get these, and I'll drop a video down below how to empty a can out safely. Done one of them the other week. And I like to get these ball bearings out of here. And I get the marbles out of here. I know, I'm weird. So, that's shook up. And we're going to go out there and let's check the door real quick. Man, that thing looking good again. Looks brand new again. She's going to look really good once we nail that clear on here. I hope the wind will ease up for us. Everything looks good. It's got trash in it. Of course, it's outside. She's colored up pretty good, I think. I don't think she's... Don't look like she's having any issues. You hear that? Nothing coming off on my finger. I'd say she's ready to clear, guys. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna put our mask up. I am gonna change my glasses too, even though these are my old ones, because you can't wipe these plastic lens glasses like my Ray-Bans. You can't wipe them off a lacquer thinner. But I have some old ones that I can't see out of. Might be the reason I mess up. There are some old ones that are safety glasses, but they're glass lens. I like it. They're hard to find, but you can wipe these off a lacquer thinner and they look like $1,000,000. All right, guys, let's go out there to do the clear. Pop, pop. These things have really nice tips on them. It does a good fan pattern. It'll do, I think it does this way or that way. We keep it in the regular pattern like a spray gun, just straight up and down pattern, because that's what we used to. But it's all shook up. We're gonna go out here and do what I call framing it out. We're gonna go up around the door, down the bottom, up, all that, and then we'll go down. And then we'll let that tack and we'll do the same thing again. We may do a third one, because I think I'm gonna cut and buff it, just so we can get that super slick shine. Maybe we'll do a video next week of cutting and buffing and another video on something else. I want to get you guys 2 videos out. Anyhow, let's get at it. Let's go ahead and put our respirator up, because this stuff has isocyanates in it. Alrighty, now y'all gonna have to listen to me holler. All right, here we go. Test it. Nice. All right, here we go. Put down there good. I'm about 5 inches away. Hard for you guys to see with my shadow.
I said I wasn't gonna paint this out in the sun, didn't I? Well, let me get this coat done, we'll put it in the shade. We're overlapping 75% like always. The wind is not helping any. All right.
We're gonna put this up so I can put her in the shade. That way it don't dry so fast. Maybe she'll flow out. She looks pretty good though. I like this stuff. Yeah, we're gonna get her over here in the shade. That sun will kick her way too quick. We got nice, cool weather. Ain't no need in rushing it. I'm gonna go right here with it. There we go. That way maybe you guys can see it. It's harder to see here in the shade, but shoo-wee, look at that. Slicker than snot, boys. Yes, sir. Like I said, this thing's a little lighter blue than it looks to you guys. It's leaning a little more towards like Carolina blue. This blue that you're seeing on the film is real close to the grabber blue. This has got more, well, if you know paint color, so it's got a little more greenish tint to it, I guess you'd say, but it's like a Carolina blue. It's not as blue as you're looking at. So do you a test panel before you buy a bunch of this and do your car with it. Just make sure you like it. So we're gonna do this one the same way. We're gonna check it like 5 minutes or so. God, that stuff's out in the sun. This stuff does not take long. I mean, it ain't even sticking. It don't take long at all dry. All right, let's go get some more. And we're gonna slow down a little bit. Look, why I ain't got the mask on. Let me get me arts and crafts time. All right. Here's your spray pattern that your can's spraying. That's the width of the little can. Arts and crafts, I said. Okay, that's your pattern. That's how wide it is. Okay, some ask, what's 75%? Well, what 75% is, we're going to cover this 75% of it. So basically, when we drop down, we're only going to drop down this much. And then we're going to drop down this much again. And we'll drop down this much again. And you see how much overlap you're getting over it is stacking up? That's 75%. And that way you get a good even pattern. And that's the way you keep stripes out of stuff too. So arts and crafts with Adrian. There you go. All right. I saved some of these. I don't know what cans these go to, but I do like to save some of these lids. Some of them's different. We'll have to try them out. I've had some guys say go on these graffiti sites and they got all kind of different caps and stuff. So we may try that. All right, let's go ahead and put another coat on this thing. Like I said, we're 5%. We may slow down just a little bit. Just kind of watch it. The closer you get, the faster you got to go, and you get further you get back. So I like to get pretty close. Like get in there like 4 or 5 inches, and you can rip down through there. Just keep it good and wet as you're going 75 overlap. All that good stuff. Here we go.
That's how much we're going to slow down to. And I'm about 4 inches. And 75% overlap. Wind ain't as bad over here either.
right, time for the third and final coat. We're gonna do it just the same way because we're gonna cut and buff this, so I want to get enough clear on it. So we'll get out in sunshine in a minute. If she's good, I checked her. I come back here and check in an inconspicuous spot. That's a $5 word, and she good. So here we go. Last coat. The reason I put a little bit of extra up there on that, I didn't want to cut through on that when we buff it on them sharp edges, but she's looking pretty good. Check her out. We'll let her tack good where no bugs will get in. We'll take her out in the sunshine. All right, for those of you guys that wanted to know how much paint it takes to take stuff, I can't tell you because I hadn't done a whole vehicle. I don't have time to do a whole vehicle every week. Eventually, I want to build a hot rod, and I want to do it with spray cans, and I'm going to. As soon as I get the moolah. So make sure you share this out to all your friends and subscribe and all that stuff, because the way I afford to do this stuff is you guys watching and you guys buying Shake Masters and t-shirts and hats and custom pinstripe sunglasses and all that good stuff. All right, let's check this thing real quick and see how she is. If she's not too sticky, I'm gonna put her in the sunshine. All right, you guys can see it with me. Da, 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 da. Let's check reflection before we get it too sunshinied. Okay, looks pretty good. You can read my, let's see, you can read my shirt in it. Yeah, looking nice. Slicker and snot, but we're gonna make it more slicker and snot because we're gonna cut and buffer next week. I'll try to have you 2 videos. All right, let's get her turned around in the sunshine. Oh, sunshine, that way she can bake out here in this gorgeous North Carolina booth. That's her, guys. Hi-yow, she's popping. I want to paint something. I may do me a hot rod that color. Man, does that look good. You-wee. Nice. But if you look right here real close, guys, nothing. We fixed it. So that's how you fix your wrinkles on your Rust-Oleum paint. Now, that wasn't that hard, was it? It turned out pretty good. Get my glasses changed back where I can see you guys. And of course, I got a red pearl on where I spray the Shake Masters all the time. Yeah, turned out really good, I think, guys. That's a gorgeous color. I think if we did it with a gunmetal or some gray or a black two-tone or something like that, man, that stuff would really pop. I think it looks really good. That's one of my new favorites right there. I like that color. I'll give you a once more over it, and we'll wrap this video up. Like I said, stay tuned next week. We're gonna cut and buff it and make her slicker and snot. Got a couple of t-shirt ideas, guys, we're gonna come out with, and drop down below what y'all like to see. You want to see spray paint can related type t-shirts, or you want to see one with the Volkswagen 66 Volkswagen on it, or what y'all like to see? Just let me know below. Also, guys, just want to thank you once again for all the kind comments and support. Keep dropping down below. Help each other out. I don't know all the stuff, guys. I'm just an experimenter trying to get stuff done down here and trying to help you guys out. But if y'all know anything extra tips and stuff that I may not have touched on, drop them below. But I don't thank you guys for buying all these rad Shakemaster 4000. That's what keeps buying all this paint, because I ain't sponsored. I buy all this stuff, and like I said, $25 a can. Get a little pricey every now and then. But thank you for all the support, kind comments, and all that good stuff. Also, keep praying for the victims down in Texas with the floods in western North Carolina. These flood things, they take a while to get over. It takes years. Keep praying for these guys. I always leave a link in there if you want to donate to reputable people. We make sure you check it out. Make sure you ain't getting scammed or nothing like that. But we try to set you up with the best people like that. And remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.